This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. We're going to get a lot of rain. Thursday is going to be the big day. Wednesday night into Thursday day is going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Mudslides.
Be careful, yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And especially the burn scar areas.
Exactly.
I think the burn scar areas are going to be a big story whenever it rains for the next 3 or 4 years.
I agree.
You know, it's horrible. And these people, not only are they getting beat up they got beat up by the fire, then the rain and the mud, and now there's constantly earthquakes in Malibu as well. I mean, it's just the trifecta of horrible, horrible year so far. But maybe it'll turn around. I don't know. Hope it does. All right. Teenage drinking. Bellio, did you drink as a teen? You seem to be probably hitting it pretty hard, huh?
Is that funny, Mark? No, Tim, I did not.
I think it's funny because you do not seem like the kind of person who would have hit it hard.
Thank you.
Do you remember your first drink?
I mean, I think like my parents did give me like a sip of wine
at
Christmas parties and stuff. So
you hooked into that, huh?
Yep, pretty young.
Yeah. And now you drink it by the box?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple boxes a week, yeah.
What's your favorite box wine?
Probably the Chablis.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
And you buy the 5-gallon boxes or the smaller ones?
Usually the 5.
5 gallons?
Yeah.
How long will 5 gallons of wine last you?
Well, I buy 2 a week.
2 a week? Wait, 2 weeks? It lasts you, one box lasts you 2 weeks?
No. 2 a week.
She buys 2 a week.
You're drinking 10 gallons of wine?
Weeks. That seems to be the implication.
Seems like a lot.
Is that bad?
No, look, I'm not judging you. It just seems on the surface for a lady that lives in Irvine to be downing 10 gallons of wine in a week seems high.
Seems to work out for her, though, got to say.
I do spill a lot.
You do? Okay.
So I'm
How
not
many
like,
like 8 gallons?
How many gallons in are you beginning to spill a lot?
I'm probably usually 3 gallons in, spill about 1.5 gallons.
Yeah, I could see that.
Does John drink wine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got...
yeah, so we're both.
You got help.
Enablers. Yeah. You enable each other.
Yeah.
Was that codependent? Is that what they call that?
Yeah. Is he? Do you double fisted? You go into both hands or just one?
Well, by the time I'm a couple gallons in, I need both hands.
Yeah.
But, no, just.
You ever do this, where you have a wine next to you on the couch that you're chug-glugging, and then you go to the kitchen and you forgot you had one next to you, and you bring another one. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You get a newbie.
Yeah.
The newbie comes
Sure.
in. Yeah, that's and then bang. Do you have wine glasses? Or you just go with the big jars?
We have wine glasses.
Oh, you have wine glasses. Oh, so you try to you take the stink off it with like a wine glass.
Yeah, it makes you feel more fancy.
Right. Makes you feel like less of an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a wine glass.
Yeah.
Right. You never just go bring the box in and just hit the box?
Well, I mean, I set the box down, but I put it in a glass.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I bring it to me, so I don't have to keep getting up to go get it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like...
That's why the box is so practical.
Okay. You're not supposed to let your teen drink at home, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's the story.
So some parents think letting their teen have a drink at home under supervision might take away some of the curiosity about alcohol. But it turns out this may not be the best approach.
I think it is a good approach, though, because, in Italy, a lot of kids are given wine early on. And I don't know any Italians that are radical alcoholics like that. They sort of they understand what it is. And, they're not afraid of it. It's keeping kids away from it until they're 21 when they go nuts.
Yeah, you're saying you create such an aura around it.
Right.
By letting them, yeah.
And then, it's not a big deal if kid at 9 is having a sip of wine. Yeah. But it's, keeping your kids and yelling at them, don't drink until you're 21, then you turn 21 and bang, man, they're into it.
A new study published in the journal Addictive Behaviors finds that parents providing drinks, even just letting underage kids taste alcohol, is linked to heavy drinking and alcohol-related issues down the line.
Okay, but what else are we going to expect from that publication? Did you get the name of the publication?
A new study published in the journal Addictive Behaviors.
Okay, that's the name of the publication.
Journal Addictive Behaviors.
The Journal of Addictive Behavior. Of course, it's self-serving. They want people to be addicted. That's how they make money.
They're going to throw the addiction flag, you're saying, much sooner than it actually should be thrown, maybe.
If there was no addiction in this country, that publication goes out of business.
Oh, of course.
So that's how they make money.
You always think to the next level.
That's right. That's right.
Journal Addictive Behaviors.
The Journal of Addicted Behavior.
I want to get a subscription. I think it sounds interesting. God knows what I'm addicted to.
You know what I can't stand is when we do a commercial here for like a casino or online, any kind of online gaming at the end. Say, call this 800 number if you can't handle it. The Gambler's Anonymous. But you don't get that with fast food. If you're 900 pounds at the end of a fast food commercial, they don't say, hey, by the way, if you're 800 pounds, call this number.
Yeah, if you have a problem with weight, call blah, blah, blah.
Right,
yeah.
They don't do that.
You're right.
And they should, because a lot more people die of being fat in this country than gambling.
That is an interest. Again, you're thinking at another level.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I take it personally.
So what is the right way to talk to your kids about alcohol? Clinical psychologist Lisa D'Amour is the author of The Emotional Lives of Teenagers. She joins us now with more. Good morning again, Adriana. I bombarded Lisa when I saw her because I have a teenager.
Yes.
My parents gave me sips and let me taste. You
Same.
said yours. I'm freaking out here.
Okay, no need to freak out.
Okay.
And it's true. There are plenty of families that let their kid have a taste of their drink, and that child does not have problems in the moment or down the line.
Good.
But on balance, what the data tell us is that this is not necessarily the right choice. And what it can do is it can normalize the idea of underage drinking, which is not something we want to do.
It doesn't mean it's not correlative. If you do this, this will happen.
It's not a one-to-one correlation.
But it's possible.
But the findings are pretty consistent.
But I'm having trouble. I mean, I believe the data, obviously, but it just... You would think that exposing your kids to alcohol, letting them drink in a safe environment is better than letting them experiment on their own.
That's right. That's my point.
Or when they go to college. So why are we finding that these are the results?
Well, and that is what people think, right? They think it's safer for you to drink here than with your friends, which, well, that is true. It's also safer to not drink at all underage. And we do think that if we let you try it at home and you do it with supervision, that down the line you'll be much more measured in your approach. But what the data consistently tell us, and sometimes the data don't say what we want them to say or what they think they're going to say.
Data don't say. Data don't say.
Consistently tell us, and sometimes the data don't say what we want them to say.
I like that term. Data don't say. I got to get a shirt like that.
I'm sorry, but I can't get past the notion that if she were buzzed and slurring her words, this would be an even better interview.
Right. Yeah. Well, look, I don't know how she's going to, tackle data don't say if she was buzzed.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes the data don't say what we want them to say or what they think they're going to say. What the data...
What?
And sometimes the data don't say what we want them to say or what they think they're going to say. What the data say is that kids who drink under supervision at home go on to drink more frequently, and to have more trouble with alcohol.
And this is also just tasting.
Even sips. has
Even
been found.
SIPs?
Yeah, it was in the data set. It's a pretty good data set.
And are we talking about a very strong correlation or just kind of like slightly more
enough
likely?
to be statistically significant? And so the point here.
Okay, well, I think that's a dumb question because most parents are not allowing their kids to beer bong vodka at home. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
They're not talking about letting a 9-year-old kid do belly shots off of her mom. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about just a sip here or a sip there and find out where your buzz is.
Data don't lie, Tim.
Data don't lie.
The data says that even a sip is bad, 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 my friend.
And what about the data?
And sometimes the data don't say what we want.
Data don't say.
Data don't say what we want. The
Data don't say.
We just want to be aware it's not the harm reduction approach we've thought it is. This is not to say every child's going to go on to have a problem, but it does come from a well-meaning place when parents do this. And so it's our job as scientists to say, the data don't match what we think.
She did it again. Data don't match.
Because data is one of those weird words, I think, right? Well, you know the deal.
Well, okay.
The data don't match.
Data don't match.
You say data doesn't match.
The data doesn't match. That's right. Yeah.
The data don't match what we think is happening.
I think this one drank at a young age.
Data is plural, so it's
that's right.
They don't.
Data
so that's
don't.
what she's being pure to that, but it sounds weird.
Data don't match. Data don't do.
And sometimes the data don't say what we want.
Data don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this woman's telling everybody not to drink
not
at a
even
young
a
age?
sip, Tim.
Oh, Bubbo. Yeah. All right. Well, then do that.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Conway Show with Thompson sitting in with Tim. I don't know if I could move. I know people are talking about moving and stuff, but I can't even leave California. I love it here. I know it, and believe me, we've got PTSD over the fires and everything, but I just think California is an extraordinary place. The weather, the topography, the mountains, the coast. And please, I say this in the shadow of this tragedy we've just been through, with the fires, and the continued threat of that. But man, I just think there's a lot great. So when people tell me they're moving to Italy or Portugal or whatever, and I get it. I mean, they may not like the government. They don't like the way things are proceeding here. I just feel as though I would have trouble basically acclimatizing myself, getting accustomed to so many things I've just taken for granted. NFL season alone, it would just be but maybe you don't need to be in a specific place anymore. I don't know. I mean, it's certainly possible to work remotely, and a lot of jobs can let you do that from all over the world. So from that standpoint, and if you accept that, maybe you can live anywhere. But when I hear, Handel talking about the fact that many people are moving to what I presume is Italy and I've heard Portugal, which is an extremely inexpensive place to move. A lot of places when you move there, if you were really going to leave the country, and it can cost millions of dollars. But Portugal's not like that. It's much lower cost. So
for Portugal and Spain are the two that for a lot of times they're the cheapest ways to go if you want to do that sort of golden ticket to Europe thing.
Yeah. So here is our host.
Sorry, but
Conway.
I went to use the 3-hole punch to put those.
To get your speech. He's got 61 pages of.
Yeah, the Huntington Beach Police Department was crazy enough to ask me to come down and present their awards on Thursday.
Yeah.
To the best cops in Huntington Beach.
That's terrific. That's a real honor.
What did I miss? Oh, it's gone.
Nothing. Handel was doing a promo that I was just riffing off of.
Oh, what was the promo?
It was about people leaving the States to go to Italy.
Oh, is that right? People are leaving?
To move, to kind of move away.
Yeah, people have, the big thing now, because some of my friends are Richies. Some of them made a couple of bucks.
You travel on a pretty high.
Yeah, I mean,
when you want, you've got the full spectrum.
I've got like 2 or 3 friends who've made a lot of dough, and they're all getting second passports. You heard of this?
No.
Yeah, they're getting second passports, like a passport there. Poland's the hot place to get a.
Oh, I didn't know that because Handel was kind of referencing maybe Italy, but you're saying Poland is the joint.
That's right. Yeah, and
boy, it's cold in Poland, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to live in Poland. It's just so cold.
Yeah. And, I've never been to Poland, but it's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh, the women are gorgeous. The guys are these big, strong dudes. Just by, I think there's a lot great, I'm sure, about Poland. But I'm just saying the weather, it's like Canada. It's chilly.
Is that right?
I think so.
I don't know. anything about it. But I
anyway, so people are moving there.
Yeah.
Your friends, your high-end friends.
That's right. And I sort of, I didn't get down on him for it, but, I was like, why do you need a second passport? What's going on? I mean, what do you, is it, you think the United States is going to financially collapse? Or is it a Trump thing? Or, what's the need for the second passport? Because I think you made it. You got a U.S. passport. It doesn't get much better than that.
What do they say in response?
Well, let's see here. There's 8 people on this text chain.
Okay.
And then, so I got this. And I'm not going to read any of the names. But it says here, looking for a second passport. I know a lot of people are getting a passport other than the United States. Might be down the road for us. And then another one said, my cousin sent me this yesterday, and I'm not sure Poland is the answer, but a lot of people are getting Polish passports. And that, it said Polish citizenship is available to let me read this directly here. Polish citizenship is available to direct descendants of Polish people who were born after 1899. That's got to be most of us. Don't you think? Born after 1899 who didn't leave the country before 1918. I don't understand that.
So if you're in Poland...
You're a direct descendant of Polish people who were born after 1899.
Right.
That's everybody. And who didn't leave the country before 1918.
Right. So that would be
a lot of everybody again.
A lot of everybody.
Because you have to be 106 years old, 107 years old, not to qualify for this.
Yeah, maybe I didn't follow up, but it's open to people whose descendants.
Descendants, right.
Who you would have had to have been in Poland past that deadline in the 20s, or 1928?
Yeah, 1918.
Oh, in 1918. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's World War I.
Yeah, World War. That's what makes it interesting. So they want somebody who's been there through World War I and World War II.
Right. And then I responded this way. And it, when we come back, I'll tell you how I responded.
Oh, okay, good.
And it was controversial.
Even more interesting.
Yeah. I responded like,
all right,
I'll read it. I'll read it word for word. When we come back, I'll tell you how I responded to
I'll be here.
my buddies getting second passports. And I don't want them to get second passports because I would never go to visit them in another country and I would miss them.
Sure.
And I'd like them to stay in this country.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I would not go to Poland to visit them.
Yeah. You want them to stay here.
That's right. I barely visit them now. They're on the west side. Why would I go to Poland?
Well, maybe that's what they're going to say back to you.
Right.
Look, you barely visit us now. What do you care where we go?
One of them lives in Santa Monica. I've seen him maybe twice.
Yeah.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams one-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Buddies of mine are looking for second passports. And then I got a text. One of my buddies was listening, and he said, "You idiot, we're not leaving the country. It's just easier to travel with a Poland passport than it is an American passport."
Now, why is that easier?
Well, because in some countries you can get your ass kicked or killed when they find out you're an American.
I see, yeah.
And you go into certain countries and they see an American passport, you can also get robbed. Not that they're not robbing everybody else, but Americans, there's a lot of people in this world that hate Americans. And when you have an American passport, they look down on you.
No, interesting. Yeah, it's sad.
So I didn't understand that that's the reason they were getting them. So I wrote back, because a few of my friends are wanting to get second passports. And I thought they were leaving the country. It's just easier to travel with a Polish passport than it is an American passport.
I see.
So I didn't get it because I'm not that bright. So I wrote back to them, look, every single year, there are hundreds of women walking 2,000 to 3,000 miles through hellish countries, carrying their newborn, no cash, many of them don't speak English fluently, and dream of a U.S. passport. And they know one day in the distant future, if they're really lucky and they get one, they break down crying. And I've seen that because they're one of us. Guys, you're born in this country. You won the lottery.
That's a beautiful
thing. As far as, I still think this is the greatest country in the world. And I get a lot of crap for that, too. I get a lot of people say, "Oh, this country is not that great. It sucks," and and I say, I don't fish out of those ponds.
Yeah,
I like to look at this country is great. Yeah, every country has its problems. There are some really crappy countries out there, and I think this country, for the most part, there were 2.4 million people tried to get here last year. I didn't see 2.4 million people trying to get into, Japan or China or Vietnam or, Brazil. Everybody wants to come here. This is where the party is in the world. The world party is happening in this country.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, the idea, I think one of the key aspects of America is a sense of equality, sense of justice.
Yeah.
I don't think you get that in a lot of, in some of the countries, that
I think you're right.
That border, I mean, particularly Mexico and Latin America, it's harder to come by. And so you see that progression that you're talking about, that migration into our southern border. You're right.
Yeah, and you can really go from nothing to everything in this country in one generation.
Sure. And I'm sure there are people listening.
Kamala Harris is a great example.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
She was a breath away from being president of the United States.
Yeah.
Well, not breath, but, votes.
Right.
away from being.
Well, I mean, if what's his name, Joe Biden had stopped with the breath, she would have been president.
She probably would have been.
Yeah, she would have at least been for
if he went in
of his term.
If he went in and said, "I'm only going one term, 4 years," there would have been primaries.
Oh, that's a different question. Sure, yeah. Then you would end up with a different candidate.
Right, but that candidate probably could have won.
It certainly would have been more battle tested if that's
or if Joe Biden had bailed out 18 months before the election instead of 100 days.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's old news by now.
Yeah, but to your point about it, that's a lovely text that you sent. Lovely patriotic text that you sent.
It was, I don't know. It was
touching that Polish thing. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't even know what's entailed in trying to get a Polish passport. You must have to pay some. Generally, money.
Yeah, money works.
Thing. Yeah, money.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Well, look, wealthy people are. That's why these fires affected wealthy people in a way they've never been affected before in their lives. Because wealthy people if they have a problem, they throw money at it, and it goes away. If they get a car crash, they throw money at it, it goes away. If they're moving, they're not like me or you, where we go to U-Haul and we get the carts and the boxes ourselves and put all that crap in ourselves. They get people to come move them, and they go to a hotel while they're being moved, and all their crap goes into the new house, and they move into the new house because the problem is they don't want to deal with U-Haul and the boxes and the moving and everything. They hire people to do that. You throw money at it. If you want to go to a Laker game, if you want to go to Game 7 Lakers-Boston, and you don't have tickets, you throw money at it, and you could sit almost anywhere. At Staples Center or what is it, Qualcomm or Crypto.com. You can sit almost anywhere because you threw money at it. But this is the first time that wealthy people, especially with Pacific Palisades, they can't throw money at this problem and it goes away. And it frustrates the hell out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a good point. The fact is money, no matter how much you had, couldn't mitigate the damage and the horror. Of what happened during that one day, even.
You're right. I mean, these people have had, $10 to $15 million homes on the beach have been reduced to nothing, and now they have to live with friends or family or a hotel or whatever, and it's driving them crazy that they have all that money in the bank, and yet they can't, with a magic wand, make their house reappear, and it's frustrating the hell out of a lot of them.
Yeah, and their future is very much in doubt. That is to say, where they're going to set up, where they're going to live again, and what's going to happen to their old property.
And again, Altadena is the same way. There was a sense of community in Altadena that we didn't find out about until it burned down. Nobody really knew what the community was unless you lived in Altadena, because it was very closed. It's a very closed community where everyone knows each other. But if you don't live in Altadena, you wouldn't know that. Pacific Palisades the same way. Everybody knew each other, and they lived beautiful lives in these beautiful homes. And we sort of suspected that was going on, but we didn't really know until it's gone how close all those families were.
Sure.
When in Altadena and Pacific Palisades have a lot in common, not money-wise, but community-wise. That the community of Altadena has been there for generations, and everybody knew each other. And everybody, they family members, knew grandparents of neighbors and great-grandparents. And that tradition is priceless. Same thing in Pacific Palisades. People knew each other for a long, long time. And now that's gone, and you don't have that in your life, it's depressing the hell out of a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the psychological effects are profound.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. And I don't think enough attention is being paid to that, that level of it.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at washablesofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Rain is the big story, according to Mark Thompson, who's with us.
Yes,
rain.
sir.
A lot of rain.
Yeah, I guess it's not really the worst of it comes in
Thursday.
Yeah, late Wednesday into Thursday morning. So it'll be late Wednesday.
Somebody on this show got a speeding ticket, Mark, without identifying who it is. Let me, I'd like to say something to you. I don't want to judge you, but I would like to tell you something.
Okay.
Okay? And I've been told this in the past, and I believe it, and I'd like you to believe it as well.
All right.
The laws in California were made for your protection.
Thank you. Who told you that? A police officer?
A police officer, yeah.
Right.
So please try to obey them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
how fast were you going?
I will get to that, but I hadn't. First, I'd like to say, if it please the court, I hadn't received any kind of ticket at all in years. Okay?
Good for you.
It's been a long, long time, and I mean, 15 years, something like that, and something happens after all that time. I think just maybe whatever. I was driving back from the desert, and it was night. And my pal was in the car with me, and I'm talking to him. And we're in that, because there are two of us, I can drive in that carpool lane. And all of a sudden, I'm lit up. And I'll tell you, I don't know what they're driving now. I think it was some kind of truck, car, hybrid thing. It looked like the Klingon bird of prey had settled in behind me. Huge red lights and huge white lights just blaring into my car.
Yeah, there's a whole strip on top that lights up.
Thank you. This strip looked like it was on the hood of the car, not the hood, the grill of the car, like the grill area. But so of course I looked down at the speedometer. I thought, oh man, I am toast. So I pull off of the exit.
Does a part of you think to hit the accelerator and go for it?
Well, I fled for about 8 or 9 minutes, but then I realized I can't get away. No, I'm super cooperative, of course. And I go over,
you're a coward,
get off, and then I get off on the exit, pull over to the side, and the first thing that was weird is I rolled down my window, the driver's side, and he comes around. I don't realize it. He's over on the other side of the car, the passenger side, so he's there at the door, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you were going to come up on this side, and he was like super nice,
right?
But he was CHP, and CHP you cannot negotiate with.
What freeway were you on?
On the 10.
Okay.
Officer Torres.
All right.
And Officer Torres was like the nicest. But I'm super nice, and I think you get that back. I understand, not always. I'm not saying every cop.
How nice? You guys going to a Laker game?
We asked them to do a lot, police officers, and so sometimes they may not arrive, in the best mood. But I'm a yes sir, no sir guy all the time. I mean, no matter what, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And
were you buzzed?
No. I hadn't had a drink all day, and so he said he was really nice, but he asked for the license and the registration. I gave it to him, and when he came back with that little clipboard that you're going to sign, and that's going to be. And so then I asked, how fast was I going? And he said, I got you going 83
in a 65.
I don't know. I thought the 10 is like 70.
Oh, maybe it is 70. Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, really, dude? That's not so bad. I was expecting 95, 93. I mean,
Did you blame it on the car? Like, oh, these things really take off?
I thought of it, but I thought the cake is baked, man. There's no sense talking. As I say, CHP usually won't cut you any slack.
How long did it take for him to write the ticket?
No time. I mean,
Really?
the whole thing took 5 minutes.
Really?
Not even, maybe. It was like he was so quick.
And now what are your options? You got to pay somebody to get go to driving school
He
for
said,
you? or-
well, he said, there's traffic school. Looks like you're eligible for that. And I'm and I said, okay, thank you. You know, I'm not going to go to traffic school.
Now, are you hands on the wheel when the cop pulls you over?
Not maybe. I'm conscious. I guess I should have been. Yeah, I think I was. I'm pretty. You know, it looks like a pretty low.
You're buckled up?
Oh, yeah. Of course I'm buckled up.
The registration. I don't know where the registration in my insurance is. I got to have to look for it in the car.
You seriously don't know where it is?
I don't know. I think it's in the glove compartment. It might be in the middle console. I don't know.
No.
But I should know. So when I get pulled over, I don't go through the glove compartment and then get tased.
There's I don't think there's much threat of that, but there is that moment though. You're kind of, and it has to be done at the beginning, where you're going to serve up an excuse, an explanation, a question, some kind of interaction where you'll establish instantly that there is no wiggle room or there is wiggle room. And this is what's happened to me now. The fight is out of me, man. I don't even look for that moment. It's just like, dude, I what I did say is I'm so sorry. You know, the minute I saw your lights, I looked down, I saw I was going too fast. I'm really sorry. I got pulled over on the 210 years ago, and maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And the cop pulls me over, highway patrol, and he said, you're in the diamond lane going 70 by yourself, and that's for 2 or more people. And he said, if you tell me honestly why you were doing that, I'll write you a warning and you can go about your day. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be honest with him. He asked me to be honest with him. Sure. I'll be completely honest with him. And I said to him, which now looking back on it, probably was the wrong thing to say. I said, I think he was looking for, I'm going to the hospital, my wife's choking at home, my house has a car flew into it, and the cops are at my house. There's a burglary at my house, something like that. He was looking for, I think. But when he said, just tell me honestly why you were in this lane by yourself going 70. And I said, well, that lane has less cars, and I was reading a text, and I had less of a chance of crashing. And you know what he said? He walked away from the car, and he still gave me a ticket, but he walked away from the car, and it sounded exactly like this. After I said, well, I was driving that lane because I was reading a text, and there was less cars. I thought I would less chance of getting in an accident. And he went, Jesus Christ. Wow.
And walked away.
Yeah, you got the walk away, Jesus Christ.
Walked away.
Right.
And I got a ticket for that.
Oh, he did give you a ticket, so no warning. Yeah, you really were. Sometimes when people say...
But he said honestly, he reneged.
Yeah, no, I get it. But sometimes when people say honestly, they're saying it with a wink. This is what I'm very tough... it's tough for me to pick up on this, too. He lied to me. Yeah, so I encountered this with parking. When I go into a lot, and there's no parking anywhere, and I go into a lot, and they say, where are you going? Because the lot is dedicated to a certain business. You need to answer with the certain business as opposed to honestly, where are you going? Oh, I'm going across the street to a restaurant. They have no parking over there, so I'm over here. But and I've had this happen recently where the guy looks at me and he says, honestly, where are you going? Because I need, or the honestly is implied. He says, sir, where are you going? And I realize, he wants me to give him the right answer to cover his butt, right? Because right. So that's just like the cop. I mean, when he says honestly, he's not expecting you to go, well, I was driving in that lane quickly because I've got all this pot in the back seat, and I just, he's not expecting you to be that honest.
Well, then don't lie to me.
Yeah, but it's...
but this happened to me in Burbank. I was going to Denny's. I couldn't find a spot at Denny's, so I parked next door, and I'm walking away from the car, and the guy goes, sir, where are you going? And I said, I'm having my vacuum cleaner repaired. And he said, where? I said, at Oric, vacuum cleaning repair. He goes, sir, Oric is a weight loss center. I'll move.
Nice bluff.
I'll move. All right. We're live on KFI. It's Conway and Thompson. Ding dong. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.